P1 felt pretty good. P2 balance was quite a bit off, so I made some changes over this between 1 and 2, and just weren't the right ones. So a bit of a struggle in P2, just with a lot of oversteer, and that was mostly my limitation. So we'll make some changes overnight, and but otherwise we're relatively competitive. We're right there.
One lap on the soft for qualifying. It looks like it's quite hard to keep the tyre in the window, but also a lot of guys playing around with the warm-up for the tyre as well. How tough is it out there for that one lap?
I mean, P1 you could do a slow lap and the tyres would come in, and then this one you had to do a much faster out lap to get the tyres to be ready. So it's like it's like a rolling the dice, hoping you got them ready, but sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And then in the last sector, the rears usually are going off.
Race pace, how was that?
My one wasn't very good, but I don't know where it stands compared to the others. I'll have to check.
Okay. Obviously, on the back of a brilliant weekend in Brazil and a great weekend in Mexico as well, the fans will be hoping that it'll carry through to here. From everything you've seen so far, is that your expectation as well?
I think it looks a little bit closer. I think the Red Bulls look a little bit quicker here, which was expected. We didn't expect this to be our strongest race, but we'll work hard overnight. We're generally right there, so hopefully we can put on a good front.
Yeah, I think we had a very strong day in terms of what we've learned. We did quite a lot of test items, especially on my side in FP1, looking ahead to 2023, as this is one of our last opportunities to test. FP2, obviously, cooler track temperature, the track changed completely, and yeah, it felt fast out there. But I think Red Bull just have legs on us. Single lap, probably 2 tenths ahead. Long run, maybe even further. So yeah, we've got a little bit of work to do overnight, but compared to Ferrari, it looks reasonable.
We're here a little bit earlier than we normally are. Temperature's a little bit higher. How has that changed things?
Well, it felt hot in the car, I must say. So I don't think this is necessarily one of the most physical tracks of the year, but we were pushing out there, and they got the heart rate pumping. But it's probably 5 degrees hotter than it has been here for the last 5 or 6 years for the last race of the season. So definitely there's a slight change there. I haven't seen the data yet, but it feels like it's going to be close between a 1 and a 2 stop. So I think that's good news for everyone, for the drivers, for the fans, to spice things up a bit.
Lovely. On that topic, how happy are you with race pace? And how difficult, or otherwise, is it to keep the tyre in the window for a 1 lap?
Yeah, it's really difficult over a single lap because all of the tight corners are in the last sector, so you're trying to find that balance to get the most out of the tyre, not taking too much out of it in sector 1, but making sure it's still alive there in sector 3. Race run, as I said, a little bit behind Red Bull. We know they've got a really slippery car down the straights, very efficient, and on a circuit like this with 2 long straights and lots of slow speed corners, this kind of suits them down to a T. So please, we're much closer than we were, let's say, at Spa, where it's not too dissimilar to this.
Brazil was a great weekend for you guys. It showed Mexico wasn't a fluke. Abu Dhabi, can the fans expect you guys to be up there come race day?
I think we'll be fighting for it. I'd like to think we can fight for the top 3 in qualifying, and who knows where that can take us on Sunday.